Hi, Cavalier football fans. I'm Dan Ramey. Welcome to another edition of Cavalier Coach's Corner. In a moment, a visit with Coach Ron Hinton to talk about his Chillicothe Cavaliers and some special guests. More of the Coach's Corner coming up.
Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality, helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
Hi, I'm Angie with ATI Physical Therapy located in Chillicothe. If pain or injury prevent you from doing what you love, let ATI Physical Therapy get you back. Whether it's back to work or back to your play, ATI's energetic and motivating team is ready to help you begin your road to recovery. We will craft a personalized treatment plan incorporating the appropriate techniques for your condition. Stop by our Chillicothe location for a complimentary injury screening or visit atipt.com for a location near you.
Young's Family Market is family-owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County. Rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself. Or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today.
Welcome again to another edition of Chillicothe Cavalier Coach's Corner. I'm Dan Ramey with Coach Ron Hinton and B.J. Adams with us as well. We're going to get into the crux of what happened this past Friday night. A victory over Licking Heights, 28-7. Coach, you almost had the shutout there until the last 30 seconds of the contest, but I think top to bottom, and going into last week's show, you talked about the defense only met one of its 10 goals. I got a feeling there were a lot of check marks last weekend.
Well, shucks. You know what I forgot to do was Coach Arndt should have stopped on his way home and danced for us on the camera, dance his jig. We promised he said he would do, right?
Yeah, during the Chillicothe
I just thought about that just now. Yes.
The question was over and under, talking about what kind of yardage Moffmer would get. Well, he got some yardage. I think he met that goal. The other was to hold Licking Heights to less than 240 yards offense. Who said yes? I said yes. And it was 223. You said the coach would dance a jig for us. So
yes.
We got to get him here.
Yes, we should have been doing that, shouldn't he? Yes. But it was I'll give Coach Arndt credit and his defensive staff. We went from giving up a bunch of yards the week before, give up 27 points, a lot of yards. I think over 300 last week. And then they went from scoring over 50 points against our opponent week one. and basically we shut them out for 47 minutes and 40 seconds of the game. We shut them out, to do that, and take a team of that caliber, a team with that kind of potential offensively, and we made a lot of nice red zone stops. They got down the red zone probably at least 3 times. Coach had maybe 4.
Yes.
And we made a stop every time. All right, and then they missed a field goal on the one, or field goal was short on the one. So it was a great thing. We started off bang. I don't think they were ready for us to come out of the gate like that. I know their coach talked to me, which I've known Coach Walters for a long time, and he talked to me. He said, we tried to prepare our kids and prepare my staff, because him and another coach had been coaching at Licking Heights when Coach Hart and I was at Amanda when we faced them in the Mid-State. And we tried to prepare them for what they were walking into, but they just couldn't, their kids and their coach staff didn't really understand what it was. And then he said we walked in there, and all of a sudden, bang, the game started, and we just went to a whole different level. We talk about improving from week 1 to week 2. All right, well, what phase did we not improve in? Like I said, I guess one thing we did not improve in, I would say 2 things. We got to work on our pass rush, 1, and 2, we got to work immensely harder on our pass blocking, 2. Those are 2 things we've really got to catch back up. But everything else was just immensely much more. We played faster. We played more physical. We played with more confidence. It was just, our special teams didn't get a chance to let them breathe. We kept them pinned deep, the whole night. Our return teams brought the ball out of the hole. So it was just a great night. And to start off the way we did, with the second play, third play, they try to go play action pass, and Peyton picks it off, runs it back to almost the 50-yard line. The offense starts in great position, and boom, rat-tat-tat, we're right down the field, bingo. It's 7-zip. Okay, then we kick off, make a 3-and-out, get a short punt, got the ball short field again, right about the 50-yard line again, and right down the field we go again, bing, bing, bing. We're in the end zone, now it's 14-zip, and they're looking around like, what's going on? Everything happens so fast. And then I think Coach got a little greedy in the second quarter. I was kind of yelling at Ohio State for not just running the ball at Indiana. Second half, I said I catch myself and learn from what you're talking about. Second half, we come out. We threw the ball a little too much second quarter. We kind of got ourselves out of kilter, because we did not think we'd be able to run the ball at them. Thought we'd be able to throw the ball more on them and get on the edges. Well, it ended up being they kind of, with their athletes, they took their edge away and really kind of took our pass away, mainly because of the pass rush. But then on the other point in the coin, we let's line up and went right at them and played north-south football. And then we was able to control the line of scrimmage from the get-go. And daggone, and then we talk about that drive beginning of the second half. Right down the field, bang, 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 score. Now it's 21-zip. Then we have the great kickoff by Matt. Ball hits the ground. We got three guys there, one chasing it. We get it, short side. Boom, we bounce it in. We drive it in again from the short side on the short side of the field, 30 yards, touchdown again. Now it's 28-zip. Okay, so we did a lot of great things. A chance to play a lot of different kids throughout the contest for their rotations. The biggest improvement, offensive line and run blocking. We still got to do our pass blocking better. Okay, the attitude of the kids, their poise, their determination. You see their confidence as they're going on off the field. You can see their confidence as they come off the ball. I'm really proud of those things, and you can see this team slowly maturing, really, really maturing. With that, I think we got 2 interceptions and caused 4 fumbles and got 2 of them, I believe. Am I right, Coach Adams? So I'll let Coach allude. I'll shut up a little bit here. I'll give him 1 minute, and I'll get back on the stick here. But I'll let Coach talking about defense and the great job his guys did. Especially we worked real hard containing the quarterback. Did it, Coach? We worked real hard that week containing the quarterback. He's a better runner than he is passer. Kept him in the pocket, and and try to rattle him, and things. And I think we did a great job of that. So
did get some nice pass rush on him, creating a lot of hurries. That forces an opponent into making mistakes, and a couple of those mistakes were interceptions by Peyton Shoemaker, and he just had great position, little 5'8" against 6'6", and you thought the 6'6" had the advantage, but not with where that ball ended up.
Well, I think the big thing with Peyton is, and I'll give the kid credit, is from week 1 to week 2, he improved. I guess my thing is that, you play DB, it's a lonely world out there. It's you and it's your receiver. And I thought he did a heck of a job. I think everyone did a heck of a job getting better and, quite frankly, putting themselves in the position to make plays. So for him to make the play, he has to be in the right position, right? And, I think the first one, the guy, it tipped off his hands. He grabbed it. The second one, he just made a play. So if we can do more of that, make plays like we did last week, then I think throughout the season we'll be perfectly fine. I think he did a phenomenal job. As Coach already said, our entire defense did a heck of a job. So I was very, very pleased.
I know one of the big challenges defensively coming in was trying to find someone to replace Malachi Reisig and also Seth Barnes at the interior part of your defense and linebackers. And I think we've started to see some answers there.
I think we have. I thought that Nick Urson, I thought he did a really, really good job. I know that we have Casey, and then we have Dez. I know Desmond Lewis, Casey Crawford, both of them are doing a heck of a job at the will spot. So I guess the big thing is that when you lose 2 seniors, it doesn't matter their position. 2 senior starters is a big deal, and I think from week 1 to week 2, I think that they grew as players as well, especially going against these guys are big time athletes, really good athletes, and I think that they challenge themselves to do better against these better athletes, and by them doing better, I think that and basically seeing working hard in practice and being able to see the fruits of their success, quite frankly, I think once again that should carry over for the next week as well. So,
Coach, you've been around long enough. You know that defense wins championships. Offense puts the people in the seats. But this defense, I'm going to dub them rock 'em, sock 'em, because they're coming right at you. The Land Sharks doing their bit, and when they know you're going to get hit when you have that ball in your hand, that sets a tone.
Well, again, it goes back as we talk to the kids in practice every day. The culture you build, the work ethic, and how you practice, carries over in the end of the game during the week. All right, our practices are getting better. We're playing faster. Again, we're not a fast football team, but you can play fast because of 3 reasons. Number 1, I just want to go. Okay? All right, number 2, I know my assignments. And number 3, I have no fear of where I'm going and how I'm doing it. Okay? So we play fast. All right? And then I was really kind of impressed with our physicality. We physically outplayed them. I mean, you put us on paper match for match. Big difference. Big difference. You saw them walk on the field. Yeah. Big difference. Okay. But as I asked the kids tonight in practice, what's the sign say above the door? And I asked a young sophomore, see if he'd pay attention, and he got it right. He said, it just doesn't matter. All right, you're right. It doesn't matter about the size, physicality. The things we can control is our work ethic, our attitude, our discipline, and execution. We can control those things. All right, and we can't control that they have better athletes than us, but we can control those things for us to get better. And to be 2-0 right now, I'm ecstatic. I mean, you could have told me in July that we'd be 2-0 right now, and then to play the kind of football games that we have. The thing that scares me a little bit now is that Coach Ron and I talked a lot about it. Of course, we've been around the block a couple times. All right, and we have to be careful that with this early heavy schedule, that we don't push them too hard, too fast, and have nothing left in our tank in weeks 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, and we've had a couple teams we use the examples we talk about. My staff down here says the coaches are like 94. Okay, and that staff is about 94. What do you mean by that? Well, Coach Arndt knows because it's kind of our own little lingo that we speak. Okay, but it means we had a team that was undefeated. It was very good, but we pushed them too hard. That we kept saying one more big game, one more big game, one more big game. Okay, and by week 7, 8, we were beat up, we were tired, and by the time we got to week 11, actually played in Chillicothe, played Williamsburg and Chillicothe that year. All right, and there was just no gas in the tank. I mean, we were running on fumes.
And emotionally spent.
Yes, there was just nothing left, and it wasn't the kids' fault. It was a coach problem. Okay, so we've approached that a lot to make sure that we don't overdo that, because the fact, we want to win, we want to compete, we want to do well, but we also want to make sure that there's still 8 games to play. Okay, so we don't want to burn it out here, and I always take the pride that my teams, Coach Art and I's teams, always finish strong down the stretch. Okay, we always finish strong down the stretch, and and we want to continue to do that. I think that's when the kind of cream rises to the top, and that's when you separate the men from the boys, but that's the way we got to finish to head on through there. So again, but we have 2 turnovers. We made a mistake on a pass in the boundary early in the second quarter. Stopped the drive, could put it away, and we fumbled the ball. There in the fourth quarter, we fumbled the ball. So we got those things we got to work on. We got 4 turnovers. Our goal is only 10 for the year. We got 8 games to play. So we got to get a lot of games without any turnovers, don't we? Because our goal is always to have 10 or less. With that there. So we got to improve on that. And we haven't had a lot of penalties. I'm mouth up right now. Yellow flag to fly over place this week. But was getting resilience. We have different kids stepping up and playing their roles, but they're playing their roles. Start learning their roles. They're playing their roles very well. Then our studs, our great people, our seniors are taking off. And then they're leading the charge, and now they're accelerating even farther and faster.
28-7 the win over Licking Heights. Let's take a moment and look at your players of the week.
Well, our stats real quick. I'll just throw it out real quick so people, you get them, but people don't really see them. So, like Connor Mathis had 7 tackles. Jason Benson had 12. Adrian Beverly had 6, which is a lot for a corner. A little too much. Will Roderick had 10. His best game of the year.
Yes.
Coaches Will. No. You have Simon.
I
You got Will too? Okay.
I coach both
Yep. So he's got 2 good guys there. Yes. Desmond Lewis, my grandson, he had 6. All right. Colin Lindsay, playing on 3, I think only second game he started, had a good game at 9. Nick Ursuline, our inside linebacker, had 11. He's starting to get in the groove there. Simon Roderick had 8. So that was really good. We had tackles for loss. Connor Mathis had 2. Will Roderick had 1. Nick Ursuline had 1, and Simon Roderick had 3. Of course, again, Simon's dominant, but now you start to see the 2 Rodericks are taking over out there. All right, quarterback sacks: Connor Mathis, Jason Benson, and Simon had 2. So now we got Simon on one side, Connor on the other, and Connor has been a big surprise, a great surprise for us defensively at that 5 technique tackle, and playing really well. And there's a lot of times that he's chased the quarterback pretty good last week with that. Hurries, we had Connor with 2, Jason with 1, Simon with 2. Lineman tip pass, we had Simon with 1, Nick Ursuline. Caused fumble, Peyton Shoemaker, Will Roderick. Had fumble recoveries. Jason had the kickoff coverage, and he got the fumble recovery there. Pass breakups, we had 2 by Adrian Beverly and 2 by Brandon. He came in and covered the big 6'6" guy and situations for us there. Interceptions, of course, Peyton had 2. All right, and then special teams tackles, we had Peyton with 1, Jason Benson with 3, Will Roderick with 1, AJ Will with 3, AJ with 1. So we did a great job with that. Our players of the week, our defensive lineman award, which I told Coach Art, what defensive guy didn't get an award this week?
Did a good job.
Yeah. Simon, Connor Mathis, and Colin Lindsay was our 3 linemen of the week. Our linebackers was Nick Ursuline, Will Roderick. Our secondary went to Jason Benson and Peyton Shoemaker. Big hit awards at 2 this week. The big Nestle Crunch bars, and then for you it's the
Monroe's Framing Collision, big collision.
Yes, big collision there. Nick Ursuline and Will Roderick both did that. Offensively, again, our offensive line, played very well, improved, and we got to keep improving. Our starting center, Bryce Valentine, was hurt, did not play. We moved Nick Colley back in the center, played very well for us. We had our extra efforts. We had Simon with 7. We had Nick Ursuline with 10. We had Casey Crawford with 8. We had Zach Bryans with 6. And I believe Brandon had 9. And I believe Connor had 6. So that picked up a lot from the week before. Pancake blocks. We have Bradley Reinhardt, a junior, is coming in playing spot roles, earning a starting position quickly. We moved him from tackle to guard. Played well. He had 3 pancake blocks. Simon had 1. Zach Bryans had 2. Nick Olson had 1. Nick Colley had 1. Peyton Shoemaker on a punt return had a pancake block for us. Connor Mathis, he whined and cried, so we had to put one on here for him. So he got 1. He had 1 there. Brandon had a 3 on that 1 run that he just left that guy standing. That one of those cuts again. He had a 3 run there. He rushed 152 yards. Connor had a big night. We were doing what we call a midline play off an option, and Connor was coming back underneath the lineman. Had some big runs for us there. I think he rushed another 80 yards, averaged over 5 yards per carry. The only thing I get on about that, he could have scored his first touchdown, but the hole was this way and he ran this way. So I said, we got to correct that, because he goes this way. It's no doubt it's 6 points, walk in the end zone. All right, and so he did well. Receiving, I think Jaquan had the most with 3 or 4 catches and 40 yards. But with our offensive back of the weeks was Connor Mathis and Brandon. All of our offensive linemen, Simon, Roderick, Ursuline, Nick Colley, Casey Crawford, Zach Bryans, Jason Benson, Cortland Duncan, and Bradley Reinhardt were our offensive linemen of the week. And then our special teams players was Matt Deddy, again, his kicking. He had 2 kickoffs inside of 10. 1 he put in the end zone. That was a no-brainer. Boom, it was gone. So he got 3 stickers there. Did very well. And our special team players was Matt Deddy, Jason Benson, and Will Roderick. Headhunters went to Will, Simon, and Jason. So we had a big week with everything we're going. The young kids even got without the shutout, everybody got a sticker. All right, we got 300 yards rushing, everybody gets a sticker. But we said, okay, guys, we're big improvements, so we went ahead and gave everybody stickers anyways. All right, well, with that there, Coach Art, big one we had 6 series defensively of 3 plays and out by Licking Heights. Then also we had 2 drives during the game of 10 plays or more. So Coach Arndt's defense was called really well. When for over 12 minutes of the game when they didn't have the football. So Arndt's defense was doing really well. That's his great defense right there. We're running the ball and we're controlling the game like that. So again, there's so many great things happening. And it's hard to believe, but only 2 games in, but we're already in our 3rd game already. It seems like where's the time going? And then our lower levels, our JVs lost a tough game, 12-zip. Coach, you talk a minute about that real quick.
Yeah, actually at halftime it was 0-0. So we were playing Licking Heights really tough, and we had some against good ball clubs you can't make mistakes. We allowed them to run the punt back to about the 10-yard line. They scored 10 yards in, and then the very next drive they throw a pick 6, and then now they're up 12-0. We just couldn't. And we couldn't put some plays together, but a play here, a play there, we can get that turned around. So, but we're working at trying to improve that. So,
work in progress, as they say.
I would very much agree with that.
Yeah.
So their record goes to 1-1. Our junior high players, freshmen did not play. All right, because we had a bunch, and we had some young men who was on the families gone for the holidays with their families, so we really didn't have enough to play a game. So some of the freshmen played in the JV game with us there, and then our junior highs played Tuesday night against London, a very talented team. Our 7th grade tied 12-12. I think their record is 1-0-1 now. All right, and the junior high 8th grade lost 36-6. Seems like a lot, but compared to last year, it was like 50 something to 6. They beat us. So that was a big change from here. Talking to Coach Mathis, that like the varsity week before, we do a better job tackling. The score to indicate the kind of game it was, or the game was closer than what it really said. But we've got to improve mainly our tackling. We did not tackle well. Again, they have a great running back. They go no huddle, run right back to the line of scrimmage, just repeat, boom, boom, so that's hard to prepare for and stuff. And by the way, talk about that. Did you like Coach Hinton's no huddle? 3 times? 4 times in a game? Did you notice that?
I thought it was in Bloomington for watching the two teams going back at it again. Like
Yes. And then we little no huddle and kind of change the tempo and kind of jump offside once, a key first down with that there. So I'm not really stuck in the mud yet. I'm an old geezer, but I do listen a little bit and try and get up. I think I may make a 20th century. I'm not close to 21st yet. I got out 19th. I think I'm in the 20th right now. So
it changed in 2013 when we lost the dust. So you didn't have that. So now it's just a bunch of pellets on the field. So we are coming to you tonight from ATI Physical Therapy, one of our sponsors for the Coach's Corner. We'll be visiting with one of the folks involved with ATI here in just a matter of moments. Also, 2 Chillicothe Cavaliers Land Sharks in the house. We'll tell you more coming up in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Angie with ATI Physical Therapy located in Chillicothe. If pain or injury prevent you from doing what you love, but ATI Physical Therapy gets you back. Whether it's back to work or back to your play, ATI's energetic and motivating team is ready to help you begin your road to recovery. We will craft a personalized treatment plan incorporating the appropriate techniques for your condition. Stop by our Chillicothe location for a complimentary injury screening or visit atipt.com for a location near you.
Young's Family Market is family owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County. Rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself. Or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today. Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality, helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
Just ahead on this segment of the Coach's Corner, we'll visit with one of our sponsors tonight, ATI Physical Therapy. But first, I want to tell you about something coming up Friday night. Starting at 5:30, Hurricane Harvey Relief, a collection going on of many non-perishable items. And Nancy Arledge, the Chillicothe cheerleading staff, is behind this, and she sent me some information. This will take place 5:30, and just drop them off there by the pavilion. You'll find people there ready to take and collect your items there. Thank you to Hurley Storage, which is going to provide the opportunity to send this down to Texas to help out. They're looking for bottled water, non-perishable food items, personal hygiene products, school supplies, pet food, also insect repellent, flashlights with batteries, large garbage bags, diapers, and bath towels. So if you can help, please do so. When we look at the devastation across Texas and parts of Louisiana, certainly our thoughts are with the folks in Florida as well as they prepare for Hurricane Irma, which we're hearing will probably hit landfall about Monday, thereabouts. So keep those folks in your prayers as well. I want to introduce you to Angie Stevens. Angie is the regional director for ATI Physical Therapy here in Chillicothe. You're in Shawnee Square, but you're a local girl, right?
Well, I married a local boy.
Yeah?
Yes.
Which makes you local.
Correct. So I've lived here probably for about 17 or 18 years, so I guess that kind of makes me local at this point.
Absolutely.
And we've been in this location almost 10 years. So with a grand reopening about almost a year ago, where we've expanded our staff and expanded our space.
The space grew quite a bit too.
Doubled.
I imagine it was quite cramped here to start.
It was, and that definitely justified the need to expand. So we offer occupational therapy and physical therapy here. Primarily, we specialize in treating patients who have orthopedic injuries or orthopedic surgeries. So any type of injury or surgery that would deal with a bone, a joint, a tendon, a ligament, a muscle, we can do all of that here.
You have helped some of the Cavaliers bounce back, but
Yes.
not limited to Chillicothe. You also helped other athletes.
Oh, correct. Lots of schools around the area, anywhere from Ross County, Pickaway County, Jackson County. People travel from all over to come to our facility, and we welcome them all.
Even the weekend warrior, right?
This is correct. Yes, we see a lot of weekend warriors, a lot of injured workers, people who just repetitive injuries or just average wear and tear on your bones and joints. So we are able to accommodate really just about any type of need someone would have here. We like to help individuals who possibly even just have balance issues or deconditioning. We have therapists who are specialized in treating those type of symptoms also.
Is there any one common injury that you deal with on a regular basis?
Oh, goodness. I would say not one common thing. We see a lot of shoulder injuries, a lot of low back pain, a lot of total joint replacements. So those would be some of the bigger high-frequency items, things that we treat here. But really, there's nothing that is what I would call a cookie-cutter treatment. Everyone is specialized in what we're doing. We make a specialized treatment plan for patients when they come into the door because everyone has a different goal that they want to get back to when they leave our doors.
Yeah, you just want to get back to some sense of normalcy.
Absolutely. Independence in their everyday life, and that's what we want to help them get back to.
For folks who are hearing about ATI for the first time, do they get referred to you or can they just walk in the door?
So either. Sometimes people are just walking past and they see our name and they want to check it out and see what we offer in here. Sometimes they're referred by their physician. Sometimes they're referred by their neighbor or a family friend. So just to come in the door and get a referral is absolutely fine. Sometimes whatever the payer would be for their treatment would dictate whether or not we absolutely need a referral from a physician.
Again, if you've never heard of ATI Physical Therapy, we're coming to you from Shawnee Square, so stop on out and take a look, and I'm sure you'll give folks a tour.
Absolutely. Yeah, stop on out. We'd love for people to stop in and see what we're doing here, and we can give you a tour at any moment.
You know, often on this show, Coach doesn't like to say anything about the school from Pickaway County,
Right.
Logan Elm.
Right.
You have a close tie to Logan Elm.
I do. I have a husband who is a teacher and a coach there, and I have a daughter who is a student there.
Yeah. This is one time you're allowed to do that.
I think so. I think so.
Coach is bragging about his 20 minutes on the treadmill when we got here. I have yet to see the action, so we'll see if we can get him. It's along with Coach Arndt and his dancing the
Okay,
jig, so we'll see if
okay.
we can get those two together here at ATI one of these days. Nice to meet you. Thank you again for what you're doing and helping to support and also help those folks across the Scioto Valley.
Okay, thank you.
Angie Stevens. I'm Dan Ramey. Coming up in just a moment, we'll introduce you to two Cavalier football players, seniors, and they're inseparable. We'll tell you why coming up in just a bit.
Young's Family Market is family owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County. Rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself. Or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today. Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality, helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
Up next on the Coach's Corner, two of our Chillicothe Cavaliers seniors, defensive players, also some offensive players. We have H-back and also defensive back Jason Benson and fumble recovery specialist. We also have Connor Mathis, who has gone into a three-point stance this year on the defensive line and no longer trying out the linebacker position, but also running back as well. So let's take a moment. First of all, congratulate you on the win over Licking Heights. I know you have a lot of goals whenever you start things out, and part of that is to be 2-0 come week 3, and you've accomplished that so far. Who wants to talk about Licking Heights?
Well, Coach said as week 1 we didn't really play that well defensively, and he said the biggest improvement would be from week 1 to week 2. And so in practice, we practiced really hard, and I think it showed during last Friday against Licking Heights that we improved a lot on defense. So
There were tackles made.
yeah,
Tackles that we weren't making against Hayes Valley, but it's incredible. As we heard, there were 3 and outs, 6 of them. When you tackle, you have more 3 and outs, don't you?
yep.
Yeah. Connor, talk about the change for you, because I know offensively Brandon's going to carry the load, most of that. But you really helped out this past week in the regard of running the ball. You got over 80 yards and rushing. You go back from that, and you also have to turn right back around and play defense. Two very physical positions that you play. Talk about what that adjustment's been like for you.
Well, the adjustment hasn't really changed because I'm always looked at as the fullback, so I have to be physical. And so going to D-line has helped me get my hands on more and be more physical and a harder runner all around. So it really helped me out going on the D-line.
Yeah. You like to tackle and hit more than you do carry the ball?
Not yet. I'm still offense first.
Yeah, that's when you learn you've become a defensive player. Yet you want to put the punishment on.
No, I don't mind that either, but I like getting the ball.
Yeah. We talked about Rock'em Sock'em. You and Will Roderick, you're my two big Rock'em Sock'em guys. When number 6 and number 12's coming, you're putting a lick on guys. Talk about what it's like to bounce up from that, because you're throwing your body out there at all costs.
Well, once you first make the play, you're kind of like you don't really feel it. Then after like a couple seconds, you're like, that kind of hurt. And then you just get on with the play and just try to not show pain to the other team and try to make more plays after that. So.
And I will tell you that watching some of the kids that got hit for licking heights, they had trouble hiding it, because they felt the licks.
Yeah. We could see that, and we try to take advantage of it. So I was trying to tell the defense, they're hurting, so might as well, step on their neck, as we would say, and, not give them any more hope after that. So
yeah, that's one of the more difficult things, I think, for some teams to learn is the killer instinct. And once you do get a leg up on them, it's time to shut the door. Do you feel you guys are starting to grasp that?
Yep. I think once, we saw, when captains were called, they weren't ready to play. And, we went into the locker room and told them, jump on them early, and I bet they quit. And I think that's what we did, and they shut down quickly after we jumped on them. So,
Connor, talk about being a senior. Yeah, we've seen you on the field for 3 straight years now at the varsity level, both of you, since your sophomore years. Talk about what knowledge you have gained to carry into this year and how it's helped you.
Really just, not coming too fired up before the game, because when you come into the game emotionally drained, you're not going to play as good as what you should. And as Coach always says, a quiet storm, and being quiet and just coming out and playing hard just has really helped us out as we've grown.
I think that has helped lead to good leadership as well, because sure, you can be all hype before the game, but once that ball gets snapped, if you don't back that hype up, it's nothing. Game's over right there. I know that you two like to do more than just football. For folks who like to see you play other sports, what other sports can they find you doing? We'll start with Connor.
I play baseball, and that's it, other than football, baseball and football.
Yeah.
I play basketball and baseball as well as football. So.
Got a favorite?
Football.
It's between baseball and football. They're both up there. I don't know.
We'll find out during the wintertime.
Yeah.
Which is best, right? We'll wait till after the state championship's done. What about school? You have no doubt some plans to perhaps continue your education after this year. We'll start with Jason.
I've been looking at Ohio State and Miami and North Carolina, but I don't know if I'll get accepted there because it's pretty hard, but Ohio State and Miami are my main ones right now.
And you've got North Carolina in your blood.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I was born there and lived there for 7 years. So.
Yeah, and then became a Chillicothe Cavalier. So, Connor, what about yourself?
I'm looking to play baseball at the next level and, continue in nursing. I've been looking at Asbury, Ohio Dominican, and Wright State. Those are schools I'm looking at right now.
Yeah. Both of you are also part of the Cavalier lineage. You were young kids watching your older brothers play this game. How did your brother's performance help you become who you are today?
When my brother played, I'd always try to be like the ball boy or water boy and try to see how he plays. And my dad even says it's hard to tell. We look exactly alike on the field. Sometimes he compares me to Jordan, but I've been trying to model my game after him and play fast and hit people real hard. So. In
fact, you've probably heard us refer to Jason as Jordan a time or two on broadcast too. Connor, what about you?
My brother was on one of Coach Hen's better Chillicothe teams, and at his junior year, the 13 team that went 9-1. We're trying to be like that team a lot, play hard like that team, And I kind of like model my game after him, like quiet, but play hard and play physical and just be like him, really.
Yeah. And your brother was Austin.
Yeah.
For folks who don't know, where are they now? What are they up to these days?
My brother is in his third year of law school at Capital, and he's going to try to get a job after he takes the bar in August or so, and he's going to try to live in Columbus. So
yeah. What about
my brother is going to Ohio University, and he's just got accepted into the State Highway Patrol, so he's going to pursue his career in that.
Oh, very good. So make sure you watch out for the trooper, so to speak. And Coach is holding up a, I can't read that, Coach. Can you come closer?
National Honor Society.
Ah, thank you.
Academics.
Both of these, and of course, as we have talked in previous years, last year's team was academically outstanding. This year, you guys are carrying that load again this year. Talk about some of the classwork that you are doing, because when Roderick starts throwing out things like calculus and all this kind of stuff, it I think surprises some people. You're athletes, but you're not those muscle heads.
yeah, I've been taking college classes at UC this year to try to get a jump start on college classes and get ready for next year. So I've been taking those every Tuesday and Thursday, and then I come back to the school and take art. So that's my school year so far. So.
Yeah.
I've been just taking college credit language and college credit speech. I'm also taking personal wellness as just a throw in class, but we really took all of our hard classes freshman, sophomore, junior year to have an easy senior year.
Yeah.
Took all of our trigs, honors chem and everything. We took that the years before.
Yeah. But both members of the National Honor Society from the class of 79. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I too was in the NHS. So thank you again for joining us here tonight. Watch for these two on the football field as they take on Marion Franklin Friday night. That's, of course, Connor Mathis and Jason Benson. We'll continue in just a moment on the Coach's Corner.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB. Our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County. Rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself. Or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today. Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality, helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
Hi, I'm Angie with ATI Physical Therapy located in Chillicothe. If pain or injury prevent you from doing what you love, but ATI Physical Therapy gets you back. Whether it's back to work or back to your play, ATI's energetic and motivating team is ready to help you begin your road to recovery. We will craft a personalized treatment plan incorporating the appropriate techniques for your condition. Stop by our Chillicothe location for a complimentary injury screening or visit atipt.com for a location near you.
Young's Family Market is family owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
We are coming to you tonight from ATI Physical Therapy in Shawnee Square, one of our fine sponsors for the Coach's Corner. I'm Dan Ramey, along with BJ Adams. He's one of the assistant coaches for the Cavaliers. Joined us last year, and I know, Coach, we talked last year about your state championship run. You've done that before. You had that experience. I haven't had a chance to talk to you about our playoff run from last year. What was it like getting ready for Week 11?
Well, I think first and foremost, this is going into my 7th year of coaching. And actually, out of my 7 years of coaching, that was my first time going to the playoffs. So for me as a coach, it was actually very exciting. So, the experience of seeing teams play at another level, that part was pretty good. So, I wish that things went a little bit differently, but minus things going a little bit differently, I think the experience itself was good for myself and for the players as well. So,
I know when we talked late last year, I think we had you on week 6, week 7, thereabouts. We talked about, do you see signs in our kids that you saw in those state championship teams that you were involved with as a player, and you kind of felt you could see some of that. Are you seeing it earlier now?
Yeah, well, I'll say this. Week 1, I was questioning, but week 2, after, I guess for me, the answer to that question is yes, especially for week 2 because they bounced back unbelievably. Because, we challenged these guys really, really hard, and we challenged them. They accepted the challenge, and they played better. So, the characteristics of a good football team are accepting challenges. Your coach asks you to do something, you do it. You don't complain or anything like that. So I think that in that regard, I think that they're in that characteristic of a good football team. I think we have that. So, we'll see what happens. So.
I know before the game I had a chance to talk to Coach Jeff Arndt, who is the defensive coordinator and co-head coach. And all that being said, he was a little uptight before that contest. And when the coach is uptight, there's something on the line. Yeah. One of the things, I think it's okay to say this, that he uttered to me was, if we don't tackle better this week, we may go right back to that all-day tackling drill that they did a few years ago. Right. You weren't here for that, but I got a feeling you're probably glad you didn't have one of those practices last week.
I'm sure I didn't. I'll just say this. We had some, Coach Arndt, he put in some different tackling circuits to try to give guys different looks, and honestly, I actually think it helped us because we went the first week missing a lot of tackles against extreme explosive athletes to not nearly as many. So I think all of us as a whole we're fairly pleased with that, just based off their athleticism, just based off of how explosive they were. So
athleticism is going to be a key this week as well. Specialty people, you've got a quarterback who's 6'6", he's elusive, lanky, able to throw that ball. In the same respect, he's got some big receivers that can get the job done. And he has blockers up front. So that's going to be something for you as a defensive coach. You're certainly putting in the minds of the Cavaliers this week. We have to make sure we dot the I's and cross the T's.
Right. I guess my big thing is that just in regards to when you play against individuals who do have size, you have a quarterback who's 6'4", 6'5", have a receiver who's 6'4", 6'5". The question you have to ask yourself is, what can you do to counteract that? The big thing is just, hey, do your job, stay disciplined. If you can do your job and stay disciplined, I'm of the belief that everything else will take care of itself. And you don't have to do too much. You don't have to play outside yourself. Just stick to the game plan, continue to press along, continue to fight along. And if we can do that, and I believe that we can, then in that case, then we'll be okay. But if we don't, these cats are very, very explosive. And if we're not disciplined, especially that number 13, number 11 kid and the number 2 quarterback kid, they can cause us a lot of headaches. So but I'm hoping that we can do the things that we practice and we just kind of go from there. So.
I looked at some statistics. I don't know that Marion Franklin ran the ball last week, except for the quarterback trying to elude a rush against Central Crossing. All that being said, most of his damage was done in the air. Mm-hmm. The interior line did a great job against Licking Heights. Then the discipline that Connor Mathis showed and Simon Roderick showed on the outsides. If you can keep that up front contained, I think we may be facing that passing game all night.
Yeah, I guess my big thing is that these guys are fast. So since these guys are fast, especially number 2, the quarterback, you ask yourself what can you do to give yourself the best chance to win? And the best way to give yourself a chance to win is to try to keep them contained. Part of keeping them contained is being disciplined. Part of keeping contained is not flying way up field so these guys can go outside you and make plays. So. We've been working on that like crazy to try to work on trying to contain these guys, and I think we'll be okay. If we can just do the things that we were told to do. These kids, they watch film. Everyone wants to see themselves on film. Mm-hmm. So you want to see yourselves on film. You want to see those plays, and likewise, right? You want to also watch the other team so you can figure out what they're doing. And I think that we have 2 scholar athletes. They're smart enough to know that, hey, maybe I probably should watch the other team. Maybe I should know that, number 2 or number 13 or the running back number 6 or the other guy number 3 or the fullback number 5. Maybe I should probably figure out what their strengths are and try to do my best to try to counteract that. So that they're very, very aware of that. So.
When you have, and Bill Dennis, who used to coach here at CHS, always talked about a quarterback being very heady. Mm-hmm. I think our defensive kids are pretty heady,
yes.
And they do a good job of making sure that they are disciplined. If you're a good student, chances are you study well, mm-hmm. You perform well when it comes time to test. Right. And there's no bigger test than Friday nights.
Right, and the best part about that is you have the ultimate professor in Coach Jeff Arndt there. so if you have the ultimate teacher there teaching you, that helps you. Even if you're the best student in the world, and you have people like Coach Arndt, you have people like Coach Hinton, you're going to be fine. So these kids want to learn. They want to learn. Lucky us, we have some of the best coaches around. So I think that with guys like that in charge, I think for the most part we'll be pretty successful. So.
Yeah, Coach Arndt has handed out a number of diplomas over the years in regards to his School of Defense. So looking forward to more of those to be handed out later on this year. Perhaps our kids will do doctorate work with Coach Arndt.
Hopefully.
With B.J. Adams, I'm Dan Ramey. We'll continue in just a moment and get a closer look at Marion Franklin with head coach Ron Hinton.
For 20 years, Haven House of Pickaway County has supported local victims of domestic violence. Thank you to those of you who have made contributions during the Haven House Capital Campaign, which helps us to offer more extensive services to survivors of domestic violence, empowering them to become more successful individuals. To help support our effort, visit us on Facebook, havenhouse1180.com, or by calling 740-412-1905. Shelter, support, and long-term solutions. Haven House of Pickaway County, rebuilding lives. Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing in Central Center can customize t-shirts, banners, posters, vinyl lettering for your car or truck, and they can embroider logos for your school or business. It's time to show your team's spirit. And from Adina to Zane Trace, Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing has all the team colors. And of course, your Chillicothe Cavalier blue and white. So stop on into the shop in Central Center and see for yourself. Or visit Chillicothe Signs and Screen Printing online and place your order today. Southern Ohio Monument Company believes remembering a loved one after they're gone can be as personalized as when they were here. With over 400 in-stock monuments to choose from, there are shapes and sizes to match nearly everyone's personality, helping your loved one make a lasting impression. Southern Ohio Monument Company on East Main Street in downtown Chillicothe. Open weekdays 8 to 5 and Saturdays 8 to 1. Southern Ohio Monument Company, proud sponsor of the Cavaliers.
Hi, I'm Angie with ATI Physical Therapy located in Chillicothe. If pain or injury prevent you from doing what you love, but ATI Physical Therapy gets you back. Whether it's back to work or back to your play, ATI's energetic and motivating team is ready to help you begin your road to recovery. We will craft a personalized treatment plan incorporating the appropriate techniques for your condition. Stop by our Chillicothe location for a complimentary injury screening or visit atipt.com for a location near you.
Young's Family Market is family owned and operated. M.L. Young founded the grocery store in 1936, and now a second generation of Youngs, Brad, Susan, and their children now operate the business. To also serve the surrounding area, the Youngs opened a second location in Kingston, Ohio back in 2014, making shopping easy by offering everything you need, including beer and wine, all under one roof. No more running all over town making numerous stops to get everything on your list. Instead, visit our store and find it all. We offer fresh, high-quality products for affordable prices. It's the Young's Family Market, serving the Laurelville, Ohio community for more than 60 years.
Kingston National Bank was founded in 1909 by local businessmen. The concept of a local bank supporting our community's financial needs with local decisions made sense. This is Phil Evans, President and CEO of Kingston National Bank. I invite you to make KNB your bank. We continue to make local decisions that benefit our communities. Experience innovative products and excellent customer service. When you need us most, you can count on KNB, our community, your bank. Kingston National Bank, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender.
As the Cavaliers get ready for Marion Franklin, once again a reminder, Hurricane Harvey Relief Collection will start at 5:30. It will continue through the game at Herrnstein Field. I'm Dan Ramey. We have Coach B.J. Adams back with us and Coach Ron Hinton as we get ready to talk a little bit more about the Red Devils. Marion Franklin comes to Chillicothe, Coach, and they will bring a number of athletes with them.
Well, you know, they're an established program for Columbus City League. The coach has been there several years. He's been around the block. You know, he's been very successful there. They struggled last year at 3-7. That's when we should have played him. You know, but he's returning a solid group. We saw 2 or 3 other athletes last year when we played them in basketball. We saw this big middle guard tackle. We saw the good linebacker, and we saw the running back all playing basketball last year. And so we got a chance to see those athletes. All right, but not in a sport where they're the dominating as they are on this side. They've had 2 impressive wins over Central Crossing, and of course their big crosstown rival with Beechcroft is a big win for them, you know, in the City League. So you know, our schedule just doesn't lighten up where we can take a deep breath. You know, it just keeps building and building. And I talked to earlier in the early session, we have to be careful about our emotions and about push it. You know, I always still refer back to Woody said in a 10-game season, you have 3, possibly 4 games that you're going to be up for. You have another 3 to 4 games that you're going to be kind of semi, right? But you have to win those games because you're very prepared. You outwork them, and you're just a better football team. All right, because if you push those too early, then you know we have a lot of schedule to play, and we have some big games down the stretch that we want to get after. So this is an important game, you know. But then it's also, as I tell the kids, this is a fun game because it doesn't count in the league, it counts on our record, all right. But it's also a huge playoff game. You know, they're 2-0, we're 2-0. They're going to win games, all right. So to the victor, you'll get fed major playoff points. Okay, so that's it'd be a huge step for us to play or to put that in our hip pocket also. To be 3-0, only the second time in the 7 years Coach Hart and I have been here, we'd be 3-0. It would also just give us a huge start on this year, you know, with this. So there's a lot of great possibilities. Plus, we're playing in the O. Okay, you always want to defend your home turf. Mm-hmm. So all those positives are there. You just can't make mistakes. As Coach Adam talked about a little about containing those great backs. Well, Coach Hart and I have played the City League quite a bit over the years, and I was telling the kids tonight in practice that we played a young man named Cooper. Was All-American linebacker at Ohio State, played for Independence. And we made one mistake. They got the ball on the 20-yard line. They ran a trap, and we let our shoulders get north-south. Well, they started on 20, but at 30, he was already past us. Okay, and then we didn't see, all we could see was his numbers run down the field and when he scored 80 yards. But yet when the game was over, this was early in the game, When the game was over, he rushed for 65 yards. So then he had minus 15 the rest of the game. Okay, but our goal is to surround that skill, to keep pushing that skill, to keep their shoulders, as we say, going east and west, and not like those athletes to go north and south. If I'm going north and south, then hold your breath.
That's like swinging the door open.
Yes, hold your breath.
Yeah.
With that, they are big up front. The one left tackle is a true Division I athlete, being recruited all around the country. He also plays middle guard, and he's legit 6'5", 6'6", 305. Okay, we kind of thought that the program's lying. We think he's a little bigger than that, but that's what the program says. We don't really know how many starters are returning. I haven't really found that out, but yet, they're still a well-coached, solid football team. Defensively, they play what's called a 3-5. It's really a 5-3 with the ends walked off. All right, they're going to bring their 2 outside linebackers. They're going to come, like the sun's going to come up tomorrow morning. They're going to blitz on the outside. Here they come. They run the ball very well. They're going to play us man coverage. All right, well, hopefully, that they don't press us too hard. And I know they're going to walk up and challenge a little bit more because they say, well, okay, we're not going to be able to run away from them. All right, so we have to work on what we call crossing routes, double moves, etc., to be able to compete against their athleticism. All right, with that, and we've got to go north-south. If we try to go east-west, that's playing into their game. We've got to go north-south. We've got to make it a smash-mouth game and really get after them with that. But it's going to be fun. We've had a good week of practice. I like the attitude of our kids. We played faster. We played harder. Again, we have winning breeds winning. Winning breeds confidence. No matter who you beat, winning breeds confidence. And so so we have a little swagger to us right now, and we really look forward to get out and get after it. But you go see big athletes, 3 guys down. They have one of their receivers, number 8. He's a man that's going to play a defensive tackle. 75 is going to be a middle guard. Big number 54, that's 235. That's a man. Those linebackers can fly. So they pose a problem with that 3-5. And again, like I said, they're going to bring 5 to 6 guys every play.
And speedy defensive backs.
Yes, speedy defensive backs. But we're hoping that our discipline and our be able to put them in situations or put them in places where we think we can put our guys in a situation to win. Our linemen's got to stay down low. We've got to block them low. If we get up on their wheel horse, if we get in there, they're not used to getting hit in their hips. Playing their chest, yes, not in their hips. So we work real hard so we could get in their hips. Hit them fast, stay north and south. And then north and south negates that speed. So, kind of like we did Licking Heights last week, we negated that speed, their athleticism, by going right at them. We just got to play good fundamental football and have a lot of fun. I'll let BJ talk about their offense because they got some weapons with their quarterback, their running back number 3, but they're disciplined, but they're not the discipline of, say, Licking Heights last week. Okay, they just rely on sheer athleticism just to beat you. So, but again, their coaching staff's been in the playoffs, deep runs in the playoffs. He's been there several years, and they're just well coached.
And if anything, we've learned in playing City League teams, they will come to you with unbridled athleticism. Sure, there's a little bit of discipline there, but they just flat out can move and make the right moves to get in the right position sometimes.
Yeah, I guess really kind of just going on what Coach was saying. The big thing is that, when some of their guys gets the ball in the open field, oh my, they have speed like that. So if we can try to throttle that, then I think we'll be okay. But what you said is definitely correct. This was the second week in a row we're going against the Columbus school. So second week in a row that we're going against speed. So we'll see.
It's highly important to play well in open space as well.
Absolutely, and the big thing is that defensively, if we can surround the ball carrier, take good pursuit angles, then that'll give us a chance to make plays. But if we take bad pursuit angles, now we're in big time trouble, especially with a team like this, because if you take one bad pursuit angle, they have the speed to just hit a hole and just go. So we don't want to give them the opportunity.
As we talked earlier, setting the tone early, defensively also. Let's say they win the toss and they want the ball. If we can do a 3 and out, maybe bend a little bit, but if we can do a 3 and out, that will help you get off on the right foot.
That would be huge, especially with a team with some pretty good athleticism. If you can jump on a team like that early, maybe we can force them into situations that they're not used to. I like our chance in regards to winning the game. So if we can do that, then we'll be all right. So.
Coach, you mentioned going 3-0 would be very key for you to head into week number 4, but you got to win this game, this one here against Marion Franklin, stating those things that we need to accomplish. One of those is getting the fans out again. We didn't talk last week about the 12th man. They showed up and gave great support to you last week.
Well, yeah, I think they have the last 2 weeks, and I thought they did at Tays Valley. But then come out the kind of weather we had Friday night. Our student body, 12th man, I thought they were fantastic. I couldn't be prouder of a group of young people. Hung in there with us. You listen to our films, you listen to our highlight film. The noise behind us, and the roar, and the cheering that's going on. It is really, again, that's what high school sports is about. That's why we play the game. That's why people come to the game to enjoy themselves. To be around a situation like that. Our culture is building, our culture is changing, and it's really becoming fun. It's becoming the place to be on Friday night. Okay, you won't be at the ball game, do that. So yes, kudos to the 12th man. They got to keep going. Will that be a big part of Friday nights? Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Because we know that their stands won't have a whole lot. And just that roar coming across the field. Okay, we want that to be intimidating. We want that to be kind of deafening, and set the tone. Set the tone for us. With that. So it's going to be great. I think the big thing we control right now is our kicking game. I think our kicking game, their punting leaves right now. Because we'll say that they do well, but they struggled against Beechcroft. Had a couple blocked and did not do well. Their kickoffs are not very deep. They roll the ball down the field. The kickers, he's not getting against us. He'll probably hit the ball and smash it. But right now, Matt and Zach, we hold an ace in the hole, and with those two things, with our coverages, with our kicking, that our special teams is really a big weapon. The third part of the game that we're really superior at, I think, with that could be a big factor, and that's to control this. And I don't think this offense can take the ball and grind away and beat us. They can beat us with the big play. Okay, they can beat us with the big play, but I don't think this team can line up and go 3 to 4 or 5 yards, try and take off 6-7 minutes of the clock, go 10 to 15 plays and score. All right, they're just not built for that. And things again. I'll say that, and they'll walk right out there and go smash, smash, smash. Here we go.
However,
okay, Coach, eat your words.
Now, offensively, however, if you're able to crank out a 13, play drive, that's going to defeat them a little bit defensively. And a good number of those defensive players play offense.
Correct. Well, what's quarterback's number?
Number 2, Coach.
Number 2?
Yes.
Well, we want him to talk to the coach quite a bit. Drinking a lot of Gatorade on the sideline. All right, making a game plan, while we're on the football. But again, that's all part of our scheme. So the defense, the offense, complements the defense. The defense complements everything. But the special teams adds that third dimension in there. All right, with that there. So it's going to be fun. It's a big challenge for us. It's going to be exciting, and I couldn't be proud of the kids right now of where we're at, how far we've come. But man, we just keep challenging these kids and ask them, to go more and more, It just seems like they can just take their play to a level, which is really remarkable, for them, and kind of shows their grit and their determination on what they want to do.
Cavaliers will be recognizing the middle school programs coming up on Friday night. And don't forget the Hurricane Harvey Relief Collection. That also starts at 5:30, continues right through to the end of the game at the pavilion area there for the Obadiah Harris Family Athletic Complex. I want to say thank you again to ATI Physical Therapy. Did a fantastic job hosting us. Thank you, Angie. I've lost Angie. She's around here somewhere. Thank you for the snacks. We appreciate that as well, and refreshments. Also, Kingston National Bank, as well as Southern Ohio Monument Company, Young's Family Market, our friends at Haven House in Pickaway County, and Chillicothe Sign and Screen Printing, helping us to bring you the Coach's Corner. Again, the Cavaliers and Marion Franklin will have radio coverage on 1490 AM, 92.7 FM, that's WBEX, WBEX.com, as well as on iHeartRadio. Just search WBEX. For Coach Adams, also for Coach Ron Hinton, one thing left to say, and guys, that's
Go Cavs!